Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chrissy. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how to cut and sew this beautiful dress with a bell sleeve. Does it sound like something I'm interested to learn? Keep on watching and let's get started. So guys, I'm working with 2 yards of vintage material. It's already folded by 4 as you can see. So what I'm going to do is to take the length I want for this gown. So the length is 37 inch. I had to add 1 inch extra for folding allowance. Okay, so I'll use my ruler to connect a straight line across just like this, after which I will take half of my shoulder circumference. I will add half an inch for stitching allowance. I'll come down by 7.5 inch for my armhole depth. Okay, so after that, I'm going to connect the point this way. Then I also come down by my bust point. I will make a straight line like this. I will also come down by my hip line, which is 23 inch. I marked it. I'm going to connect a straight line. I'm also going to come down by half an inch for my shoulder slope, and I'll mark 3 inch for my neck width. I'll use my ruler to connect the shoulder slope to my neck width. So once I'm through with that, next thing I want to do is to come down by 1.5 inch for the back neck depth. So I'll just connect it this way. After that, I'm going to mark quarter of my bust circumference. I will add 1 inch for ease allowance and 1 inch for stitching allowance. So I'm going to from there connect my armhole curve, like I'll curve my armhole curve. So once I'm through with that, I'll repeat the same thing on the bust point. Okay, so on the hip line, I'm going to mark quarter of my hip circumference. I'll mark, then I'll add 2 inch for ease allowance, and I also add extra 1 inch for stitching allowance. I'll connect from the hip line to the bust line. So once I'm through with that, I'll measure what I have there in total. Then I'll come down to the hem line. I'm going to mark the exact total measurement I have there on the hip line, and I will add 3 inch extra. Okay, so you can make yours 4 or 5 inches or even 6 inch. It depends on how free or how full you would want your dress to be. So I connected from the hip to the hem line. I went ahead to cut it out. Okay, so I'll just cut it out. After cutting, I'll remove one piece which will serve as the back, then fold the remaining piece to cut the front neckline. Okay, so I'm going to arrange this piece together like this. After I was done with that, I'm going to place my tape. Then I'll come down by 3 inch for the neck depth of the front piece. Okay, then I'll connect the round neckline like so. All right, after that, from that neck depth, I'm going to come down again by 4 inch. Then I will come inside by half an inch like this from the center front. Then I'll connect. After connecting, I'll cut it out just like this. Remember, the center front has opening. Okay, so that is what I did here. After cutting, I'll open it up, and this is what I have here. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is to cut the facing for the front piece and for the back piece. I've gone ahead to do that. As you can see, this is the facing for the front, and I have the facing for the back here. I already cut out everything, so I'm going to now go ahead and join using my hemming gum. So I'm on my sewing machine. I will place my facing right side facing each other like this. Then I also place my hemming gum. I'll go ahead and stitch the neckline with my hemming gum as well. Okay, just like this. So after stitching, I'm also going to notch the neckline. I'll do the same thing for the back piece as well.
Candy hearts and whispered dreams, sunshine on the silver streams. Love's a song that's
After sewing, guys, this was what I had, as you can see. So the next thing I want to do is to place them right sides facing each other like this. After placing, I am going to join the shoulder, okay? So for the facing, we don't have light at the moment. So you can see in the beginning of the video, it's well relaxed on the neckline. So iron your facing using your hemming gum, okay? So the facing relax very well. So also stitch the both sides using your 1 inch stitching allowance. After stitching the both side with 1 inch, you can see what I have here. Next thing I want to do is to fold them this way on the hem. After folding on the side, I'm going to come up by 1.5 inch. Then I'll curve it this way, okay? I'll use my scissors to cut it out. Okay, so you can see the shape is already out. This is how relaxed it looks. Okay, so I'm going to fold the hem. After folding my hem, guys, you can see what I have here. Next thing I want to do now is to cut the sleeve. Okay, so for the wideness, I marked 12 inch on a fold, and for the length I left it at 21 inch. Okay, so you can make yours more bigger if you want. All right, so I came down by 3 inch and I went ahead to connect. I will cut it out. After cutting, I'm going to cut the second one, and I also notch both sides as well. So after cutting, guys, you can see what I have here. What I'm going to do is to stitch with 1 inch, okay, all through. After stitching, I also fold the hem part, as you can see. After folding, I'll turn the sleeve right side, then I will fix the sleeve on the armhole areas, okay? So this was the result of the beautiful dress. You can see how relaxed the neckline is, and you can see how full it is. I made use of 2 yards. You can make use of 3 yards or 2.5. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to subscribe.